Recently, there has been another dramatic development in the Thai royal family. Do you remember royal consort Saninat, who was once grandly welcomed back to the palace? She first won King Rama X's favor but was suddenly stripped of her title and expelled. Then, a year later, she was unexpectedly reinstated and ceremoniously brought back to the palace. Queen Suthida's unease upon learning that royal consort Saninat was being ceremoniously welcomed back to the palace is understandable. Since her reinstatement at the end of August, Saninat has been in the spotlight, attending various royal events as the king's consort and presenting an impeccable image. She has conducted herself with grace and elegance, displaying both dignity and kindness toward the public. Her warmth and approachability have earned her considerable support among royal enthusiasts. However, at this critical moment, something shocking happened. A few days ago, thousands of private photos of Saninat were leaked. Although only a few dozen have surfaced online so far, they have already had a severely damaging impact on her image. Andrew, a British journalist specializing in the Thai royal family, revealed this incident. On November 22, he published a lengthy article stating, 3 months ago, an SD card was anonymously sent to my former address and later forwarded to me. It contained 1,443 private photos of Saninat. He noted, these photos are not recent, they were taken between June 2012 and November 2014. He speculated that the images likely came from 3 Apple phones that Saninat once owned. While he did not release the photos, he claimed that many of them were selfies of Saninat. Most of the images were highly suggestive, as they were likely intended to be sent to King Rama X. He did not dare to publish the explicit photos, but those that have already been leaked online have still caused a huge uproar. Some of them are Saninat's private selfies, even showing her armpit hair. Others feature her in revealing dresses, posing in deliberately seductive ways. Moreover, he was not the only one who received the photos. Thai exiled politician Pavin had previously released a few pictures of Saninat, and Andrew was able to confirm that they were part of the thousands of photos he had received. This exiled politician had also been sent the same SD card. In addition to this, Andrew revealed that several other media outlets had also received the batch of photos, and they might release them soon. Sending the photos to a journalist specializing in the Thai royal family and to a political opponent of the king makes it clear that whoever sent this package wanted the scandal to escalate as much as possible. Ideally, they would want it to reach the level of the controversy surrounding the king's third wife, Srirasmi. Previously, Srirasmi was caught in a major scandal when an explicit video of her was leaked. In the footage, she was completely naked except for a G-string, crawling on the floor while celebrating the king's dog's birthday. The exposure of this video triggered a chain reaction, leading to a full-blown investigation into her family's corruption, which ultimately resulted in her being stripped of her royal status. The explicit photos that have already been leaked online may not be as shocking as the naked birthday celebration for the dog, but who can say for sure that there aren't similar images among the remaining 1,000 unreleased photos? Andrew later admitted, I will not publish these photos because I don't want to get caught up in the power struggle within the Thai royal family. Doing so could lead to imprisonment, torture, or even assassination. Palace intrigue? Absolutely. 3 months ago was precisely when Saninat was released from the Bangkok women's prison and ceremoniously welcomed back to the palace. Who would send out the video at such a time? Someone who couldn't stand seeing her return. It could be the Queen herself, or perhaps other royal insiders who support the Queen, such as Princess Budrakitiaba, the king's eldest daughter from his first marriage. The envelope bore a fake address, an intelligence agency in Berlin, Germany. It also claimed that the photos were obtained by pro-democracy Thai hackers. However, Andrew believed this was almost certainly a smokescreen. He analyzed the situation, stating, given the king's long and complicated personal life, there are ugly power struggles within the palace. As both Suthida and Saninat continue to consolidate their influence, the internal conflict will only get worse. These photos may be Queen Suthida's way of preventing Saninat's return. As Andrew mentioned, both Queen Suthida and royal consort Seninat are actively building their influence in various ways. This influence, of course, includes the king's favor. But equally important is public opinion within Thailand. Seninat has taken a people-friendly approach. As a royal consort, she rarely appears alongside the king and queen, spending most of her time attending events alone. She presents herself as an ordinary person, staying close to the people and showing concern for local communities' lives. During these royal events, Seninat blends in with the public, showing no sense of superiority. When visiting a shopping mall in Bangkok for a tour and some shopping, she even acted as a model on the spot, trying on various silk scarves and handbags to help promote the stores. When royal enthusiasts at the scene asked for photos, she happily obliged, never turning anyone away. Not long ago, Seninat, who once served as a royal nurse, welcomed a delegation of military nurses. In front of her former colleagues, she completely set aside her status as a royal consort, warmly chatting and even embracing them. Her former colleagues were deeply moved and took to social media to express their admiration. Queen Suthida, on the other hand, takes the route of elegance and grace, portraying herself as the loving and devoted wife of the king. She attends almost all events alongside the king, always appearing by his side and tightly holding onto his arm. Even when the king shows signs of physical exhaustion, she takes the initiative to support him. If Seninat takes the people-friendly approach, then Suthida embodies royal elegance. Although she comes from a commoner background and often appeared solemn in earlier photos, things changed after Seninat's grand return to the palace. She began showcasing her poise and grace more than ever. During diplomatic meetings with foreign ambassadors, she spoke entirely in English, fluently and confidently, putting her language skills on display. To uphold the royal image, even when making an effort to appear approachable by taking the subway, she still sat on a golden royal cushion. The entire carriage was eerily empty, with everyone else kneeling on the floor, as no one was allowed to be positioned higher than the king and queen. These intricate power struggles would be thrilling in a palace drama, but in the broader context of the 21st century, they seem almost surreal. It's already 2020, why do such palace intrigues still exist? Why are royal consorts still exhausting every effort, scheming and competing, just to win the favor and affection of one man? Among the world's remaining monarchies, the Thai royal family is undoubtedly one of the most powerful. Unlike the British monarchy, which serves as a ceremonial and symbolic institution with no real governing authority, the Thai king holds genuine power. He possesses executive and legislative authority, and even the appointment of the Prime Minister requires his approval. The Constitution mandates that the military pledges loyalty to the king rather than the government. Anyone who dares to show disrespect toward the king faces imprisonment. Wherever the royal family goes, those around them must kneel and prostrate themselves. Moreover, the royal family's assets account for 12% of the country's GDP. With such immense power, the Thai king has instead projected the image of a debauched and reckless ruler. Not only has the rivalry between the queen and the royal consort become a widely known national spectacle, but the king himself has also been utterly outrageous. During the pandemic, he fled to Germany with dozens of concubines to indulge in pleasure, causing an international stir. His actions were so extreme that the German foreign minister had to publicly reprimand him, stating, "You cannot govern your country's affairs from German soil, that violates German law." In this context, Thailand witnessed large-scale protests against the monarchy. Demonstrators gathered near King's Avenue, demanding reforms to the royal institution. As Queen Suthida's vehicle slowly passed through, the police arrested individuals standing in front of it, charging them with attempting to harm the royal family, a crime that carries the possibility of life imprisonment. What was surprising, however, was that this royal procession had no prior announcements, no final warnings, and no one informed the protesters that the Queen was approaching. Many only realized it was the Queen inside the vehicle when they saw it passing by. At that time, the King and Queen left the palace together but took separate routes, not riding in the same vehicle. The Queen's car drove through a crowd of extremely enraged protesters without any prior warning or security clearance, facing potential unknown dangers at any moment. In contrast, the king's vehicle had a cleared path in advance, allowing him to pass through smoothly and without any obstacles. Experts analyzed that this was the king using Queen Suthida as bait, a deliberate warning to the protesters. It's hard not to feel a sense of lament. No matter how intense the palace intrigues may be, perhaps this monarch will never truly love these women. What he truly cares about may only be the crown on his head, a symbol of his absolute and unrivaled power.